Hello and welcome back. I'm not having diarrhea, I promise.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Oh,
is.
come on.
Don't lie.
Come on, Greg.
Welcome to Please Try Again.
You can. I'm gonna cry, bro.
Oh man. Oh wow. Yeah. Today we are playing some more Dark Souls with low dangles.
Yes, we are.
His- I like his poofy sleeves.
Oh, we had another outfit. I forgot. I
Yes, I think we
completely
have a
forgot
bunch of
about
new
that.
gear.
Let's check it out. I remember getting. I think it was like armor or new outfit.
You got a helmet, a helmet.
A hail mat.
That a southern speak.
Southern talk. Southern whisper me nothing. Sweet nothings, you know. Just
Country.
real. It was like the beginning to one of our older other videos. Like I think it was like maybe last week. Real
Oh,
country.
yeah. Real country.
How do I do? How do I equip this?
Uh, oh, maybe some things you can't use. I think it might be determined based on. Oh, good question. Wait. Blah, 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 blah,
Oh
blah.
wait, hold on. Maybe it's because it's not part of my equipment. That's what it is. I look dark as shit.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna take it anyway.
Oh, wait, do you have chest armor too? That's new. What's all this? What is? What are we looking for? What's the main? Oh, fallen knight armor. That looks kind of cool.
So this is at 23. This is a little heavier, but I'm okay with it.
That's fun. What's
Alright,
that
so
on the second row? Master.
it,
Attire. That just looks like something that we don't need.
look at this old
I
lady.
can just imagine just getting slashed once and just it being game over. Like
So
it
I,
just
you know what it is?
doesn't
Like,
look.
I don't think there's any like anything that actually like happens to you if you like don't have great armor on. You know. And this looks balls of shit. Like I like
Yeah,
this.
that looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie. What about leg stuff? Fallen knight trousers. Yes, please.
Yoth,
Yes, queen.
Yoth, Fallen Knight gauntlets.
so I so I have Apple Watch. You know, it's pretty cool. I got it for my wedding anniversary, and well, the thing is with the
Ooh.
Apple Watch is the the straps that come with it are just like basically just plastic. So if you sweat at all, like it's like the worst smelling thing in the universe, and recently it's gotten so bad that I just decided that I was going to buy a new wristband basically because I was tired of smelling myself basically my filth. I'm tired of smelling filth.
I mean,
So
you know, uh, you know, you don't. I don't want to sound weird saying this. Uh, you know what? I might keep this to myself. But at the same
don't.
time, it can actually come out as a compliment. So you know what? You smell great.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing my watch band the last time I saw you, so I don't.
Oh, so you're keeping it from me? Is that what
I
you're
was
saying?
keeping it from you. um,
So you're
but
saying I can't handle your smells?
it was smelly, man. There was smelly, and then there's the smelly, and it was the smelly,
Yeah,
and
there's like stink, and then there's stank. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that means two different things. What I just said, and one of them actually can be very inappropriate.
Oh yes, the stank, this old stanky leg. Um, so I went on Amazon just to see if I could find something that was not ridiculously priced and something that would be more breathable, that wouldn't like fall off immediately when I put it on, and just like the basics for any watch that you want. and I've ended up finding like this $5 band. I was like, you know what, I need to just keep looking, but I need something so I can just wear it during the week. So I got
Right.
like this $5 like elastic band type thing, and it actually looks a lot more expensive than the cost of it, and it's actually pretty nice. But I'm just probably gonna look for a new band. But yeah, that's my story for the day. Is I bought a
Just don't
$5
watch one.
band to replace my stank.
No, dude, like rubber, it's both rubber and leather. Man, leather can like
Plubber, plubber. It's
no leather.
oh, okay.
The skin
Leather.
of the cow.
The
No,
skin of the cow.
leather can really like if I don't know how to wash it or like I don't know really how to like maintain it, but if you don't like maintain, this is a creature and it's obviously dead.
Or so we think.
Screw it, whatever. I'll join the covenant. I don't know what that means, but I'll join the covenant.
If that means you getting a wolf, why not?
Sweet. Offer blood.
Offer a wolf's blood.
I don't have. I don't have that.
Yet.
Facts. Anyway, leather is another like element that really like just reeks if you don't
Oh yeah.
maintain it.
Gotta condition it. Washing it. Don't. I have no absolute idea. I have
You
no
have to wash
absolute
it
idea.
with Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Yes.
Please
Just
don't wash your leather in Coca-Cola. It doesn't work.
It does not. It does not work.
Matter of fact, it could
It'd probably damage it pretty badly.
maybe. I've heard that Coca-Cola can take rust off cars, so I'm not surprised if it does. I'll tell you that.
Yes. And we put that in our body. Wow.
Okay.
Look at that club. It's
Remember-
okay. You got cool armor now.
Do you
It's like
remember the other episode when I said I can't be bothered?
yes.
I think I can be bothered.
I think you can be bothered. I think you can be very bothered by this one. See if there's wolf blood down there. see if you can get the wolf to help you kill this thing.
You know what? I'm just gonna attack it.
You know what? I think once you give it the wolf's blood, it's gonna attack you. Oh, Jesus, you are not ready. Hit him in the balls.
Hit him in the ass.
Pokey. Oh man. Bro, I'm realizing that I've gotten to an age where there's such thing as wedding season, and it makes me cringe. Wedding season. Just spending every weekend going to weddings, and it's terrifying. Oh, you beat it.
Can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered.
Absolutely can't be bothered.
Wow. Good job. Good show.
Good
Jolly
show. What is that from?
Jolly good. It's a great question.
Good show.
Good show.
I remember there was a point in time where I used to say things like, do you remember, did you ever actually play Bioshock?
I think I played partial of the first one. It's just the games are kind of long, so it was hard for me to beat them.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil like a lot of it, but there's a point in time in the game. If you guys know, please comment. But there's a point in time in the game where there's like the main person, I guess, gives you a phrase, and it's like what I would say more like what a sleeper agent would experience. Like you know, like you ever hear like that, like when sleeper agents
Password.
hear, like, no, not a password. Like more like a secret phrase that makes them active.
Okay, like peppercorn or something, like a secret word, and then all of a sudden they turn into like a murderous assassin.
Or like they'll say like a phrase like, you know, the cheddar cheese didn't melt, you know, and then all of a sudden they'll just turn into this murdering Russian psychopath.
Screaming cheddar cheese doesn't melt as they're hacking away. Oh. So that their enemies are then extremely confused. Oh, bluffs. Oh, dude, it's what you need to bring over to the wolf, no? Or
Oh no, yeah, it was what was it called?
it was wolf's blood something. Maybe it was a
Swordcrest. That's what it
sword.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta do it. Oh wait, there's another thing. This stuff, I can use it, and I am no longer poisoned. But I wasn't
That's
poisoned,
cool.
so I just used a resource that I wasn't supposed to.
That's important.
I'm smart. You know, I'm a genius. Genius. Yeah.
Very
I know.
nice.
I know.
Very nice. Good show.
Dude, please look it up. Now it's bothering me.
Yeah, jolly good.
Jolly good show. It has to be from like a BBC show or something like that. Message. Good
Let's
fellow,
see.
Therefore.
Jolly good. Good.
Pray. Okay, what does this do though? You know what?
A good fun show. Wizard of Oz is one. I guess that was probably.
You know that could have been it, but I'm gonna say something.
No, there's a video game. There's a video game that says it too. I just can't think of. Jolly good. An American Tale. What is this? I'm afraid to touch it.
Okay, what's this all about?
Colonel Green. Good show. Jolly good show, Major. What is this from?
Sunlight Talisman.
Bridge on the River Kwai. I don't think either of us have seen that.
Definitely not. Definitely not. What I was gonna say before is I'm gonna say something that not a lot of people know about me, and it might make a little bit of people angry. I've never watched Wizard of Oz.
You're not missing much, bruh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all you Wizard of Oz fans. It's just, I don't know. It's just it's a boring movie. To be fair, it's a how do I put this?
I just died. I
It's
don't know how the hell this guy got me.
It's a dated film that is obviously in the category of a classic. And just because something is in a classic doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be entertaining to everybody that watches it. And unfortunately, I'm in the group that it just doesn't really entertain. Though I did read the books. The Wizard of Oz books. The Wizard of Oz books are actually very good, and they're actually extremely dark. So if you guys need a book suggestion on, you know, a classic film that gives it a better twist than what you would see in the movies, I would highly recommend that book series.
The books, though.
The books, yes. And if you don't want to read, there's audiobooks.
Don't know what to tell you. Can't read.
Can't read. Too good.
No, I'm joking. I can read. My
I think I
soul's
can
over
read.
there, and that dude just killed me with like 2 blows. So
That's an ent over there.
what's in
No,
that?
it's just. Oh, sorry, Lord of the Rings, giant tree.
No way is that a giant tree. It looks like a
Like a pterodactyl with
like a voodoo witch
spear.
with yeah.
Oh, Alzheimer's vaccine. Step closer after new treatment reverses memory loss. That's huge.
Alzheimer's?
Yeah, for Alzheimer's.
How do you pronounce
That's
it?
Alzheimer's?
Is it?
Or it's Alzheimer's?
Is it? I'm not really sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's? Sorry, I know I get pretty I would even say anal about it, as I don't know how to pronounce certain things, and when like I correct people and it doesn't come off as really nice, so
I don't know. I've called it Alzheimer's for
great sword. There's little kittens. There's little kittens purring over here.
poke 'em, poke 'em, poke 'em.
Fuck 'em up. What's it
Anyways,
called?
that's huge because
Oh no,
that's
yeah. I was actually gonna like segue into a conversation about that. So, what I've actually been reading about is that a lot of studies have actually come out and actually taught and said like, oh, like mushrooms. I don't mean to like, don't do drugs, guys. Don't do drugs, please. Don't do drugs.
do all of.
Don't
Just
do
kidding.
drugs.
Just kidding. Don't. Listen to your dare teachers and your cope teachers. Don't do drugs.
I died again. Don't do drugs. But I've read a lot of research on how like certain neural diseases that have come out to be like common. I was gonna say popular, but common. Have
Common is it? Yeah.
they've come out to be like been successfully treated with mushrooms, and these particular psychedelics can actually reach the certain parts of your brain. From what I read, I'm not a scientist, by no means am I a researcher either, but there's a lot of companies that are actually not companies, people that are saying and giving claims as to this actually being an actual thing.
Hmm.
Uh, Personal preference to the person hearing this, that you know, if you want to take this as advice or possible future solution, like please go for it. But I'm not gonna like vouch for like medicinal practice type of stuff. Like I've just read a lot about this, and this is actually like becoming a really big solution. And I wouldn't be surprised if this became like a thing in the future. I
Oh, like
know.
microdosing for so I know that they use like mushrooms and stuff for um yeah, like mushrooms and stuff for PTSD,
Oh
as
yeah,
well
yeah, yeah,
as
yeah. That was gonna be like
um
my initial segue to it
extreme
too.
levels of depression. Yeah, for a lot of like mental health situations that have to do with trauma, they will they have trials. I should say it's not regularly used to to medicate them in a controlled environments with doctors to help them improve the way that they're coping with the trauma.
Yeah, because it
A
like
lot of
releases certain memories, and it actually I'm not saying it hides them, but it just like it helps the person let go almost.
right. So another thing that hallucinogenics will do to the mind is it will kind of go off and do its own thing, almost putting you into situations and making you go through those situations, have conversations that with things obviously that aren't exactly there. Just a lot of mental work being done in a small amount of time to help alleviate some of the issues and confront some of the problems that maybe a patient had to deal with at a period of time. So they're actually using mushrooms and microdosing for terminal cancer patients as well. So
Like, what'd you
for
read
them
about that?
to
I actually want to know about that because I was reading about it too. I was reading they actually started actually like administering it to folks like experiencing extreme pain in that type of sense.
right, yeah, I can. So I'm kind of a nerd. I'll read pretty much just about anything that in regards to like microdosing, and then also watch a lot of YouTube videos based on like how people are dealing with traumatic
Experiences.
situations, experiences, mental health, those types of things, because this stuff is very real and kind of taboo, and you know it's just straight up interesting to me. Vice is a really good a resource for that. They'd like to dive into those types of topics. I don't like Vice for everything, but like when it comes to general topics and like things that aren't necessarily talked about a lot. They do a good job of reporting on those types of things.
Yeah.
Um, but for like terminal patients, it's becoming more and more widely used, almost as like a control group, just because like they're healthy enough to kind of like live their life to an extent, but knowing that like obviously they're very ill, so they're going to deteriorate to a point where they're unfortunately going to pass away. And because they're dealing with that trauma, knowing that like their end is coming so quickly or coming, and not really knowing how to confront that, but then also dealing with the pain that they're dealing with through treatments, and then also the depression that comes along with getting a terminal diagnosis. Micro dosing itself has allowed them to kind of relieve the pain, but then also learn to just like accept death in a way that normally without microdosing patients wouldn't be able to really do. So it's almost like a care tool versus just like it can be used in so many different ways, and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
really interesting to me. I am not a doctor, by the way, and I'm still very have a lot of questions based on microdosing and stuff like that. But just learning like some of the holistic things that people are starting to do, and how like public medicine is starting to look more and more into these alternative medication processes. It's very interesting.
Right. Like I'm actually kind of happy that there's alternatives that are like fully, like I would say like fully medical board approved, and the fact that like this type of stuff is still very experimental. Like at least they're a little bit more accepting on, hey, this is a possibility. We've seen good results. We can't vouch for it fully because I don't think doctors would vouch for microdosing a hallucinogen to be healthy.
Right. Yeah. Not without being monitored by a medical professional. Absolutely. And I don't think it ever will be like completely and fully available to the public in a sense. I think that they will probably have it more widely available in control rooms where they can monitor and everything at a certain point.
Yeah.
But and I think that they will eventually work it out to being like almost like a therapeutic type of thing, to where like therapists and maybe like a nurse will be able to administer it to their patients in like offices and stuff, and like almost like outpatient facilities.
Yeah.
um but I don't think it's going to be something that they can get over the counter. I don't think that'll ever be the case, or at least in the United States.
Right. Because I know there was like certain countries that actually do this also. They go through like either a rigorous process, or like even in certain cases, like I think there was like one particular country, I don't remember which one it was called, um, something in, I would say, Eastern Europe, not, sorry, Western Europe. Yeah, something in like Western Europe. They would like kind of like they would tell people saying, hey, it's not okay to do drugs, but you're on your own if you decide to do it. Like, we're not going to charge you
Right.
if you have possession. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do any of that stuff anymore. If you get caught with it, so be it. But if you get caught dead with it, your family has to find you.
Yeah, yeah, no,
But
absolutely. And
that,
then like there's like the South American ayahuasca or ayahuasca.
ayahuasca, yeah,
Yeah, ayahuasca. That's obviously something that's very traditional and very cultural. That I mean, some people have actually gone all the way, to those areas so that they can treat their trauma and stuff like that. And I think that's the popularity in those types of trips, and those people that would go to experience that type of stuff. I think kind of opened the door for like microdosing um, in controlled environments for like mushrooms and stuff.
yeah,
Because unfortunately, like ayahuasca, as potent as it is and as sick as it makes you, it can be very deadly to some people, especially if you have underlying conditions.
yeah,
Like it can cause seizures, it can cause heart attacks, strokes. So if you aren't like a fully healthy person and you didn't know, and you were to go and experience this and have a really bad reaction, in some of these villages and stuff, like you don't have access to the medical care that you would in the United States.
Right.
Unfortunately, the level of healthcare. So, you're really taking a risk. And, I think those groups have kind of opened a door to the microdosing community. Um, but obviously, I think it's still going to be questioned for a couple more generations before it actually becomes widely used in a therapeutic environment.
Right. Like I kind of hope it makes its way into the United States. Like if this was to like create a like a come, I was gonna say a comeback, but like more of a like an arrival,
Right.
like to therapies. If this was to come into an arrival to these therapies, I wouldn't be against them. I'll tell you this much.
Yeah, I mean, like, unfortunately, we've had to deal with administrations here in the United States. I think it was primarily like the Reagan Nixon administrations that basically were like those say no to drugs entirely, which in its entirety, like, obviously that wasn't a bad message, but um, making it sound like things like marijuana and like microdosing in general made it sound like if you were to take anything of this, it could cause your brain to melt and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So there's still like that stigma that sticks along with these treatments that has to kind of go away before um, they can really start talking about it as a viable solution for the nation worldwide, especially like in the South where they're very much, it's kind of hard to push through
Yeah. I
those
just
types of
lost ten
things.
thousand souls, and I was gonna level up with those 10,000 souls, and I didn't.
Oh no,
Shit
oh
sucks
no.
right now. Anyway,
But I
um,
think our generation, the generation after us, is going to open up a lot of doors, and I think things are going to start moving in that sense to where marijuana will be more widely used, more holistic options will be available, and medicine as a whole is going to probably take a turn in the next couple generations for the United States. I have a good feeling about that, especially since like the medical, medicine in the United States was all basically a big marketing scheme to begin with at the very beginning, to where it was pushing away holistic medicines and stuff like that.
yeah,
So it's as happy and as proud as I am to be able to say that I have access to healthcare in the United States. I feel like there's still a lot of steps forward that we can take as a nation when it
yeah,
comes to healthcare.
absolutely, absolutely. Like there's so many things that we can change right now as not just as a major healthcare provider for a lot of people, for millions of people. Like there's a lot more effort that's to be made with a lot more other things. Like it's not just like healthcare, but it's like giving access to healthcare. There's
Right,
not a lot of
exactly.
like there's the United States is pretty big, but there's not everyone has healthcare. Not everyone eats every day. Like stuff
Right.
like that. So
And Medicaid is a good tool, but it doesn't cover everything, and it doesn't cover everything for long periods of time. And then also Obamacare opened a lot of doors for Americans, but at the same time, it still costs a lot of money to have Obamacare.
yeah,
Um, it's still not super affordable, and unfortunately, the pharmaceutical industry is basically controls the healthcare in the United States, and they're going to control the prices for just about everything. For me, I kind of want it to end up going to a model more towards like the plastic surgery, where it's by the market. Is somebody willing to pay this money for this stuff, and if they aren't, they got to adjust the prices accordingly.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I agree.
um, and I know like insurance and stuff, like a lot of it will cover medication prices, but some of the prices for the actual drug itself is just so astronomical and just makes zero sense that we shouldn't have to be relying on insurance to make it affordable to begin with. So
This crab dude is deciding to come after me right now, and I don't like the fact he's coming after me right now.
get him, poke him with the stick. Oh, he's stuck. Perfect.
Nope, now he's
Oh
not.
no,
Yep,
he's a
now
bit
he's
crabby,
taking
man.
stuff at me. Okay.
Is he a straight up Pokemon? Like he literally
He
just did
said he
like
was
Bumblebee.
crabby. I'm running away. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with him.
Is that Krabby or Kingler? I'm not sure.
Fuck.
If you go over there, yeah, there's no winning.
No, not at all. I don't. I don't want to deal with these folks. Nope. Not today. Not today. Not today. Move away. I didn't say you could come after me.
Cut him with a stick.
I cut him. Cut it into pieces. Alright.
Chat, chat.
So this is where I'm supposed to go.
That door don't look like it's gonna be opening. Yeah, it doesn't want to open.
There's one more
Oh,
fire.
you're gonna
Seems like I
fire
have to.
it.
I have to.
Oh, maybe
I have
over
to
there?
extinguish one fire so I can actually get this fire open.
Oh wait, go to the left. Left. You see that big old bonfire to your right?
Yes.
Do you think that is it, or one of them is it?
There's
No.
three of them there. I think it's like those like the little ones that I had to extinguish. My cat meowing at the door. Alright, you know what? Let's put a pin in it. I have to look at the map. I think there was a map at one point that they created for this mission particularly, and I have to take a look at it. I know there's two of them that I actually did already, and there's one that I need to complete. Alright, y'all.
Alright, sounds good.
Take a break.
Thank you all for joining us today on Please Try Again. Please be sure to subscribe and join in on our conversations.
Real country.
Alright, I'm done being country.
Thanks.
Talk to you guys later.